Hey everyone, this is Leisha with Cooking Without Measure. Happy holidays to you and your family. Today I am making some buffalo chicken dip. And I was so gracious to accept the offer to make this when my sister called me because that meant I didn't have to cook any major foods today. Yay! Let me think. I think my sister's only making a salad. How did she get out of she got out of cooking. My mom is actually bringing a meal to her house this year. We're celebrating at her house this year, and I'm excited about that. But today, I'm making buffalo chicken dip. And something I'm doing different. Usually, I buy the buffalo sauce already, but this year, I decided to make my own sauce. And I'm using Frank's hot sauce, red hot, but you can use whatever hot sauce that you have. The only reason I'm using that is because that's what I had in the house. And instead of me going out and buying the buffalo sauce, I already had the ingredients to make it. So why do that? Why spend the extra money? But for this particular recipe, for the sauce, I had to break out with my measuring utensils because I didn't want the sauce to be too vinegary. I didn't want it to have, the Worcestershire sauce to overpower it or have too much garlic. So I'm following this recipe directly based on what I read. I just quadrupled the recipe because I'm making extra. So the recipe normally calls for half a stick of butter, a half a cup of the hot sauce, 2 tablespoons of distilled white vinegar, 2 teaspoons of the Worcestershire sauce, and a pinch of garlic. But I'm doing actually 2 sticks of butter, 2 cups of the hot sauce, and then, adding 8 tablespoons of the vinegar and then 8 teaspoons of the Worcestershire sauce, and then kind of gauging the garlic. So I already melted my butter. Let me grab that. So I'm gonna pour the butter in the pan, not the pan, the bowl, and I'm gonna whisk this together because it's much easier to whisk it together than to use a spoon. So I'm gonna whisk it together. I'm pouring the hot sauce. I already got my hot sauce measured out. 2 cups of hot sauce. Pour it in with the butter. Yum. Try not to make a mess. The stuff splashing everywhere. Okay, get all that out of there. Now I'm gonna add the vinegar. Like I said, I gotta do 8 tablespoons. So I'm gonna be counting this out, and I pray I don't miscount. Get lost in my counting. So, and I could probably pour this in a measuring cup and do it so much easier, but I'm gonna do it this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1 more. Okay, that was 2 tablespoons of the vinegar. Now I'm gonna do the Worcestershire sauce. Hey, some of y'all still out there shopping or cooking? Because some of you probably preparing foods for tomorrow or even for today. I know a lot of people celebrate the Christmas on Christmas Eve. The families get together because a lot of times when people, and I know when my children were much younger, I like to do it on Christmas Eve. That way on Christmas Day, they didn't have to get up and, get dressed and drag them over to everybody's house. So we'd be over there later on, over to my sister's. And I'm excited to see my little great niece and nephew. All right, I got 2 more of these, and I'm almost done. I'm gonna whisk this together, and then we're gonna get ready to make put the dip together. Now, one thing about it, like I said, I used the recipe and followed the recipe directly, exactly what it said to do. I just quadrupled it for my for what I'm doing. So I'm just whisking it together now, making sure everything is blended together. Then I'm gonna add the garlic to it. And it said add a pinch of garlic, so I probably put maybe about a little less than a teaspoonful in there. Because like I said, I don't want anything to overpower anything. I want it all to kind of blend in together and taste, have a good taste to it. When I made the other ones earlier for my dad and my brother-in-law, they tasted pretty good. Now, this is all blended. I'm getting ready to add in the garlic. And I'm gonna put the garlic in my hand because I'm not gonna do like I did with my seasoned salt that day and messed around and spilled all that stuff in my hash, and that stuff was the saltiest stuff I ever had in my life. But I wasn't throwing it away because I wasn't gonna waste no food. So I'll put about that much. I'll put that much in there. And that should be more than enough. Like I said, I don't want to overpower it with any other, but I want everything to be blended together. And this is what it looks like. Let's see if I can show you that. That's what it looks like when it's all blended together. It still looks like hot sauce, but it has such a good flavor to it when you add everything to it. So I'm done with that for now. Now I'm to the now I'm getting ready to do the real thing. Now the oven has to be on 350 because you have to put this in the oven to bake. So you can use chicken, regular chicken breast, and the recipe calls for a pound of chicken breast, or you can use canned chicken. I used canned chicken today. This is what it looks like. I just took it out the can, kind of, mixed it together like that. And then it calls for cream cheese. So I got 2 8-ounce cream cheese. And this is the only 2 things that I can really tell you what the measurements are, because that's the only 2 things that came packaged. Okay? And I'm getting ready to open this up. Put the cream cheese in there. And once I get the cream cheese in there, you add some ranch dressing. Now you can add ranch dressing or you can add blue cheese dressing, whichever one, you have on hand, or whichever preference you have. But I have ranch on hand. Plus, in all actuality, my brother-in-law don't even like cream cheese. But he doesn't really know. I don't think he really knows his cream cheese in here. I'm not going to ever tell him. And I'm definitely not going to put blue cheese in there because I know he will never eat it if it was blue cheese in it. So I'm just going to add the cream cheese, kind of stir it a little bit. And then in mine, I'm going to add some fresh jalapenos. I cut up a jalapeno, not jalapeno, with an S, not plural, just one. I cut up one because my family do like stuff spicy, but not overly spicy because there's no seeds in it, so all the seeds are gone. So I'm just gonna start breaking this up. Cream cheese is not the best thing to work with sometimes. I did let it sit out for a while, so I'm just gonna break it up a little bit before I put the jalapenos in here, because I'm going to put the jalapenos in here before I put all the other stuff in here. I'm going to add the dressing in a minute. I just want to break this up a little bit so it won't be in this big old block. And then I'm going to add the jalapenos, and then you know what? I'm going to add the dressing first. I can do it that way. Then I'll add the jalapenos. So I'm adding the red dressing. Now, normally the recipe calls for a 1 pound of chicken if you're using shredded chicken, or a 10-ounce can, and then 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese. Now, those 2, I just used Kroger brand. I got 2 for $1.79. The other cream cheese was much more expensive. It's going to do the same thing. But if you have to have the other one, you go right ahead. I'm going to use Kroger brand because that's my store. Kroger is my store. I love Kroger. So I just got some Kraft Classic Ranch. So I'm going to pour some in here. Once again, the recipe calls for a 1/2 cup, I believe. I'm just going to pour what I feel I want in here. That might be a 1/2 cup, might be a little bit more. So I'm going to continue to try to stir this. I'm probably going to need another spoon so I can really get it mixed in real good. Once I get this mixed up a little bit better, I'm gonna add the buffalo sauce. And then once I start pouring in the buffalo sauce, I'm gonna put the jalapenos in here and mix it all in. And then guess what? Gotta add some cheese. And the recipe calls for 1.5 cups of cheese. The 1 cup goes into the mixture and the other 1/2 cup goes on top, so that when it's cooking in the oven, you have some cheese on the top and it'll be nice and bubbly and all that good stuff. But the recipe, I believe, called for, I don't know if it said what type of cheese or not. I don't remember, because like I said, I look at different recipes. So I'm going to use my favorite sharp cheddar. I'm going to use the rest of this Monterey Jack because it don't make no sense for me to hold on to it. And I can put it right in here. And I'm going to add some mozzarella. So I'm going to get me a spoon so I can get this stuff off this spatula, and I'll be right back. Never mind. I got another spatula. Be a lot easier. Can work it together. Teamwork. All right. Put this over here. Now I'll show you what it looks like once it gets mixed up a little bit. Well, I can show you now what it looks like. Here's what it looks like now. It's just getting creamy. The ranch dressing I added the ranch dressing, and cream cheese is already in here. So I'm blending it up right now. So I'm getting ready to add the buffalo sauce. But before I do that, I made this seasoning. I saw this recipe for this seasoning. Now, it's a mixture of kosher salt. I use coarse black pepper and, of course, my granulated garlic. And I'm going to put a little bit of that in here. Not much, just a little bit. I'm going to get a teaspoon, use a measuring spoon to put some in there. Because, like I said, I don't want it to overpower. And it tasted really good. So I'm going to add a little bit of this in here, the jalapeno. And I think I'm going to do like a 1/2 teaspoon. Like I said, I don't want to put much in here. And I know I doubled the recipe, but I still don't want to put a lot in there. So I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon and go with that. I found the recipe for the seasoning online. Because a lot of times when you look at these recipes, it'll take you, like if they have like a recipe to make a certain seasoning or a sauce, it'll take you to another link, and that way you can you know, see if you want to do it, or you want to do it the shortcut way. Because I didn't have to add that seasoning, but I just thought it would give it a good flavor. I'm getting ready to add these jalapenos. Ooh. Wow, you can smell those jalapeno. I keep smelling jalapenos, so I'm so used to getting a jar of jalapenos and just taking them and chopping them up and putting them in stuff. Now I'm getting ready to add the buffalo sauce. Now, the recipe calls for 3/4 cups. I don't know. I'm just going to pour some in there. I'll see what it looks like. Then I'll go from there and see if I need more or a little less. So 3/4 cups for a regular. If you're just making a regular size portion dish, it only needs 3/4 cup. But if like I said, I doubled it, and I kind of looked at it, and I'm gonna see what it looks like. It looks pretty. It's nice and orangey reddish color. Now I'm getting excited because now it's getting really easier to mix up. And then I'm gonna add the cheese. I love cheese. I made some this morning. I got up and made some shrimp and grits. I made some cheese grits. They were so good. And I just made a small amount because it was just for me. And I just made enough. And I got enough for leftovers for tomorrow. if I choose to eat it tomorrow or the next day. So I got enough. Oh, this looks really, really nice. I'm going to show you what it looks like. I just want to get it mixed up real good. I can't talk about nobody's shopping. I'm still trying to put stuff in bags, in some type of bags. That's what I don't have is bags or wrapping paper. I stopped buying wrapping paper when gift bags really became popular, because I was like, who has the time to wrap? And then you sit up there and wrap, it's like, it just they don't look right. So when they came out with the gift bags, and then they came out with the different sizes to fit everything, I'm telling you, whoever made gift bags was a genius, total genius. And now they got the gift bags. When you go to the store, they already have the paper in them, so you can buy the bag and the paper, tissue paper all together. I think that was a wonderful idea for people like me that just do not like to wrap, that don't like to wrap at all. Like someone's trying to call me. I'm not answering that call. Don't they know I'm making a video? Folks. Okay, so this is the way it looks right now. I might add a little more buffalo sauce. I don't need it, but I just want it to be a little spicy. So this is what it looks like now. Now I'm gonna add some cheese. And when I add the cheese and I think I need a little more buffalo sauce, then I'll add it then. But I'm gonna see what it looks like when I add the cheese. So I'm gonna start with the Monterey Jack because that's the least amount. Then I'm gonna put in the cheddar. And then I'm gonna put in a little bit of the mozzarella. I'm gonna put in most of the bag of the cheddar. It wasn't a full bag, I had just opened it to put some cheese in my grits. So I'm mixing this up. It looks so pretty. I almost like want to put some, like crumble up some potato chips and cook on top of it. I just think that'll be, oh my goodness. I need to stop thinking before I mess around and my sister will be looking at it like, what is this you brought over here? Something I created, because I'm always trying to like do things a little different. So I added the cheddar cheese and the Monterey Jack. I'm going to add a little of the mozzarella and probably a little bit more of the cheddar. And then we're going to get ready to put this in the pan. Now, the oven is on for 350. The recipe normally calls for the dip to cook for 15 to 20 minutes, but because I doubled the dish, I'm gonna cook it for about 30-35 minutes just to make sure it's real nice and bubbly. All the cheese melted on the inside, the cream cheese, everything gets bubbly and it's get a golden brown because you're gonna put cheese on top of it. I mean, who can go wrong with cheese? Nobody. So I'm getting this all mixed up. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more cheddar cheese just to make it a little cheesier. Like, how much more cheesier can I make it? I got cream cheese, cheddar cheese, Monterey Jack cheese, and mozzarella. And tap the cheddar. And the rest of the cheddar and some of the mozzarella I'm going to put on top and let it bake on top. You don't have to put this any foil over it or anything. Just bake it. Let it get a nice golden brown. One of the things I like, you know what would be good on here? Some smoked paprika. I think I am going to do that, though. I think I'm going to do that. It's something about seasonings that I just think. And it's that smoked paprika, when you put something in the oven and you baking it, it just gives it a nice brown. And then it's a smoky flavor, too. Oh, I think that's going to be awesome. So I'm going to add a little of that when I get it in the pan. I'm getting ready to get the pan now to put this in. I hope you all are enjoying the videos, and like I said, if you ever try any of the recipes, just let me know. Shoot me a comment. Let me know how it worked out for you, if it worked out for you, or if you need something you're looking for something else, I know somebody requested that I do a lemon meringue pie. I might do that because it doesn't take a whole lot of bacon and a whole lot of, I don't know about a whole lot of measuring, but I'm gonna see how that works out. Because my mom used to make those all the time. She made the little ones, like individual ones. So I'm gonna see about getting that out there beginning of the year, sometime in the beginning of the year. I'm just not gonna do it, now. I'm gonna have to wait for that. But okay, this is all set. It's ready to get in the pan. Let me get this pan. We're gonna put it in there, and we're gonna put some cheese on top of it. I'll be right back. All right. So I'm gonna scoop it out with my favorite spatula. And I'm gonna pat it down just a little bit. I might have to make two. Then I could keep one at home. She'll never, ever know. That's just like when I make chicken spaghetti. She always, I want some, give me some. So I always try to make enough, but it's gonna be, people over to the house. So I'm not gonna be stingy. I'm gonna put as much in here as I can. If I have a little bit left to put in a little smaller little pan, I'll do that. If not, I'll just use what's in here. It smells good, even though it's not melted. It smells really good. Use this other spatula to get everything off of this spatula so that it'll definitely be enough, because it's gonna be, oh yeah, that's pretty. I can say so, that's pretty. The rest of the buffalo sauce that I made, today is the 24th, so it will actually last for 1 month in the refrigerator. So once I get done putting this in the oven, I'm gonna go ahead and put that in a jar and put it in the refrigerator, and that way I'll have it to use for something else. Make some buffalo chicken wings or something. I'll figure out what to do with it. Believe me, it's not gonna go to waste. I'll use it within the month. That's for sure. All right. So I got all it out the bowl. Now I'm just gonna mash it down a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to taste it because I'm taking this to my sister's house. Otherwise, I would dig into this. When it come out the oven, I would just have a plate with some tortilla chips. Now you can serve this with tortilla chips or celery or crackers. Whatever your little heart desires, you can serve this with. Now I'm getting ready to put the cheese on top, and it's a wrap. It's going in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes, since this is actually the recipe doubled, so I might let it just cook a little bit longer. So I'm gonna sprinkle some cheddar, sharp, can I even talk today? Some sharp cheddar cheese on it, and some mozzarella cheese. I like the way mozzarella cheese melt. Both of them melt, but I love to see mozzarella cheese melt. It just melts so pretty to me. I can use that for some eggs or something. I got a little bit left in that packet. I just bought some cheese. I'm already like, are you kidding me? I already used one pack. Like, I just bought the cheese Friday. I just went to the market Friday because, my market day is Friday. So I just bought 2 packs of sharp cheddar cheese, and one of them was almost gone. Okay, let me get my paprika. This is the smoked one. I'm going to show you again. This is my favorite smoked paprika. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on there. Can you see that? It's really, really good. It's by the Dangold, is the name. And once again, I got it from either Marshall's or TJ Maxx, one of those. I'm gonna put some in my hand and sprinkle it on here because this particular bottle does not have a shaker on there, and you just don't want to spend, pour a whole lot, because if you put too much, it will overpower the dish, and I don't want it to do that. But I do want to give it a little smoky flavor, just to give it just kick up the taste of it just a little bit. Not much, but just a little bit, so people can just like, I taste that. It's got a little hint of something. I love doing that. And then they can't figure out what it is. That's even better when they can't figure out what it is. Yeah, that's even better. Because my secrets. And I'm sharing my secrets with you all. Some of them, not all of them. All right. All right. Now it's ready to go in the oven. This is what it looks like before I put it in the oven. I sprinkled that paprika on it, and I got cheddar cheese, and I got mozzarella cheese on top. I'm gonna let it bake for about 35 to 40 minutes, just so that it's nice and bubbly and cooked. You know, the cheese is all melted on the inside. So I will see you back here in a flash. When it comes out, I'll show you what the final dish looks like. See you in a bit.